thinking about it. Okay. Okay, this is started. Okay, so I was saying that our SQL, we'll be looking at our last software for this class, which is called our SQL. And then in looking at our SQL, we need to understand some certain things about how SQL works, and then some of the things you need to put into consideration actually when you're working on your SQL. Unlike our Power BI that you have been working on, unlike our Excel that we have been working on, SQL is quite kind of more technical than them. Yeah, that's what SQL is quite kind of more technical than them. So because SQL requires some other level of attention to an extent and some level of details because it is unlike others, it is not a visualization tool. Unlike others, it's not a tool that you can just jump on and then just navigate easily because you need to understand the rudiment of SQL itself before you actually jump into SQL itself. So, and then that's one of the reasons why before we dive fully into SQL class, we always want to have a kind of interactive session as regards SQL, and then also to just lay some level of foundation into how SQL will, how your SQL class will also look like, and then which is the reason why our theoretical part of this is actually very, very important. Yeah, it's very, very important. So SQL is actually a query language. It's actually a query language. I will put up my screen in some minutes. How's that? Let's see. Just okay. If this other one is not open, let me just go to this one that I shared with you yesterday for you guys. So this is a class by a very strong man in the healthcare space that I always prefer to use that I always prefer to use his work for, for our class purpose. So okay. So in our SQL class, we need to lay some foundation, just like I said, for some foundation into what the SQL is, and then the reason why we need to actually start using SQL compared to other software that we have actually been using, and what makes SQL kind of separate. So let me take a quick detour. Let me quickly confirm. On this page, how many people has downloaded all the SQL material, all the SQL software? How many people have done that? Please. If you have downloaded the SQL files I sent on the page, that is on your classroom page, please use the thumbs up. Let me see. If you've not downloaded it, please use a thumbs down. Let me see how many people. Okay, I think some people have downloaded it already. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, so in case you've not downloaded it, so while I am taking on the theoretical class in a few minutes, I will rush it because I expect Comment to have covered this with you guys yesterday. But then she said you guys are the one that said you guys should end class and likes. I don't know the reason for that anyway. But then I will just pretend as if I don't get that. Because so this come under this your class, come under this your SQL. And then you have these two software. You have these two software. So please, as class is ongoing now, please install these two softwares. The truth is, you guys will experience headache while installing it. Some people will be lucky and will not encounter any headache at all. But then an average person will encounter headache downloading this. That's the bitter truth. So you just want to click on this guide to download it. And then one of them should be 5 point something MB, and the other one should be 500 and something MB. So because one is Express, one is your Express, while the other one is your normal is your software. This Express. This Express should not be more than 500 something MB. This particular guy. What is the size? That is not here. But then this guy should not be more than 5 point something MB. It's less than 6 MB actually. Then before you come and download this other guy. This other guy is 500 and something MB. This other guy. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not sharing my entire screen. I thought you guys would see my entire screen. Let me share my entire screen. So somebody's asking which one should you first install? Install this 5 MB on first, please. Install the 5 MB on first. This 5 MB on this Express. Install the Express first, and then before you now install this guy. This guy is 500 something MB. So install this 5 MB on first, then come and install this 500 something MB. So that's basically what we are doing in class today. And then so that by next week we jump fully into our SQL.
The one you say we should install first, please can you help drop the link, please?
Yeah, I don't need to drop the link. The link is here. This guy over here, this first one over here. This first one over here. Install this one first. This is 5 MB, 5 point something MB, less than 6 MB. This is 500 and something MB. This should be 500 and something MB. So this is the one you are installing. So we are installing both of them together, but then install this one for this. So without two of them must be on your laptop before you can access your SQL. So that's about that. So somebody is asking something. Which one should please you can also please you can unmute yourself, please. If you want me to do that for you, please. Which one should we install for?
Okay, good evening, sir.
Oh, good evening, Austin. What's up?
Yeah, the developer edition is saying, do we install the basic, custom, or download media? Which of the three options? Select an installation type.
You can do just your basic media. It's custom.
Thank you.
Basic and click on your download. Yeah, that's simple as that. So, okay. So let me quickly please. Okay, thank you. So let me quickly continue our walkthrough into this. So that we want to.
It's saying
So please comment here.
What am I supposed to do? It's saying 404 error.
Please, hello. Yeah, come in. Can you hear me? Please estimate everybody, please, because this is not the time for that. I only told you to download it, download them, and then have them on your laptop. So please come in. Let me meet everybody. Okay, so for this SQL, for what we'll be looking at is why are we using SQL, and then what about Python? We have something we call Python, and then there's something we call R programming. What about them? And then before we look at our data analytics as it were, before we start looking at what is our database, briefly we'll be looking at what database is before we now jump fully into our SQL. So I will move very fast. Time myself to do this. My screen is not showing. I'm not sure my screen is showing because I can see my own screen from my own end here. So my screen is showing. I can see my screen from my feedback. So please, I think it might be from your own end. So introduction. Why SQL? Number one thing is that SQL is very simple. It is accessible. It is applicable. It is powerful. It is pervasive. it is valuable, and it is universal. SQL is one of the query language that we use. SQL is one of the querying language that we use. And then the truth is that beyond data analytics, even website developers use SQL, especially whenever they need to integrate what we call database into their system. Especially when they need to integrate what we call database into their system, they use SQL. So whether they are using MongoDB, whether they are using MongoDB, or they are using Postgre, or they are using MySQL, or any of those, like it's that is universal. Like all the websites that you have nowadays, that they have data collection points, they have a structure around SQL that is serving as their data collection point. So SQL is very powerful. Just like I said, and then it's something that transcends beyond what we will be using it for in this class. I said that we said a project for a client not quite long, that we are building a website for the clients, front end, a kind of software applications, back end and front end, and right. And then we have some level of the data collection area that we had to create table using our SQL queries, and then to structure the data collection, and then definitely it will serve as our database, because SQL is very used on database, and that's one of the reasons why we'll be talking about our database and database management system. In fact, by the time you start maybe looking at some countries, you see some people that we call database administrator. So by database administrator, they are people that actually they help to set up database for companies. They help to manage database in company, and then help to ensure that companies have access to database anytime, data anytime that has to do with their company anytime they need it. And that's one of the reasons why we need to actually talk about this in depthly. So, not to overflow this, do we now mean that I am being introduced to something around Python, R programming, or what exactly? Because so many people would have heard of Python before. We're like, Python, that's strong guy, that big guy. I don't want to have anything to do with Python. I don't want to have anything to do with his likes. So now, SQL is like Python, but then it's different from Python. So because number one, Python is actually more difficult for beginners. Python is more difficult for beginners. Python and R program, they have more complex syntax. Anyway, it is relative anyway. It depends on your on how good you are, because without any I've not really been serious with R programming, but then anytime I pick up my R programming with my knowledge of SQL, I navigate on my R programming easily, like conveniently. I navigate on my R programming conveniently, just with my SQL basic knowledge. That's to show you the fact that all these softwares, knowing one of them does not really necessarily mean knowing others, but then there are transferable knowledge that you can actually pick from one and transfer it to another. So your Python is difficult for beginners. It has complete syntax, programming knowledge. That's if you are going to your Python or your R. But then that does not mean that SQL is better than Python or SQL is better than R programming. It does not mean that, because these softwares, every one of them have their strong points and every one of them have their weak points. So we call them complementary tools. Why? Because they actually complement one another. So they are basically complementary tools. For example, your SQL can manage the database well, fine, good, but then your SQL cannot give you visual at all. Like you can't plot your graphs on your SQL. Whereas you can plot your graph on your Python, you can plot your graphs on your R programming easily. Once you import the necessary things inside. Whereas you can't do that on your SQL. So every one of them has their use. So everyone has their use, and every one of them has a kind of use case. But then, just like I said here, SQL is a great starting point. SQL is a great starting point. So once you are able to learn your SQL very well, then you can now be transferring the knowledge into others. So now, data analytics, I will not be spending most time again on this guy, because I taught you guys what this is. Due to what we are doing as a data analyst, that basically it is to the end of actually making the decision. So now, this is something you have to understand importantly before we jump into our class fully, which is what we call our relational database. So we call it don't mind my writing. In real life, my writing is not good. So if in case you have a very good expectation of my writing, so please, so that any day you write, you will not be disappointed. So, but then this is just a reflection of how bad my writing is in real life. So just manage it as it is. Just manage it. But then I know that my writing is still better than some people on this call. But then don't let me mention names. So we have something we call our how DBMS. And then what is our how DBMS? Our how DBMS means relational database management system. Anyway, I think I can put my money on the table that my writing will still be better, so like something like someone like Mr. Austin anyway. So it's not that one is not negotiable. So you don't need to laugh. So, you don't need to laugh, but then truth be told, within us, don't tell anybody outside. But then I know my writing is not good. You don't want to see my writing. Yoruba will say something that a bokowe adie kati, like an Englishman is writing something and the chicken or the hen cannot read it. So that's my kind of writing. So, but then it is what it is. So when we are talking about relational database system now, we are talking about, just from the name, we have something we call database. And then what is our database? Our database basically means where we store our data in simple term, in basic term. Our database means where we save our data. For example, every one of us currently, we have a database with us right now. Like if you're on this call, you have a database with you right now. So whether you're on your laptop or you are on your phone, you have a database with you right now. So your phone is a database. Why is it a database? Because it is housing your information. It is housing a lot of things about you currently. In fact, I know some people that's on this call now that if their phones should get missing today, especially Anambra people, all their business, all this and that. You know most of you guys, a lot of things they go on your phone. So, so we know that you just have to retrieve that phone back, or else a lot of things go happen. No? But then that's to show the fact that many people has built the culture of having a lot of confidential information, a lot of things actually saved on their phone, whether consciously or unconsciously. But then, anyway, that is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but then I'm just saying that please always have backup for your stuff, so that you'll not be like me when I lost my phone. That time. I had to, you know, it was not a funny experience. But then always have a backup for it, and then don't always back on it. But then we are talking about database, and now we're saying that your phone is housing some informations. In fact, ladies now, you see so many pictures on their phone. that is also data. So at that particular point in time, your phone is serving as your database. You have what else? You have your notepad for people using notepad. For people that maybe you are a student or you are anything that you always go to class with your daughter, or in school you always write in class. Anytime a lecturer is saying something, you write things and the likes. Because your notepad or your notebook is serving as a custodian of the information that you have then. It is your database. It is your database. So your database is anything or any platform that keeps your information, that holds your information, that holds something that is unprocessed. Maybe we should not call it information, maybe we should call it data. That hold your data, because your data is simply your raw facts that has not been processed. It is simply your raw facts that has not been has not been processed. So you really want to have that. So now we are now saying that even under our DBMS, that is your database management system. So your database management system is talking about the system that we are employing to manage our data. The system or the process that we are employing to manage our data. Now, in all of this, we now have it into two arms. We now have what we call relational, and non-relational. Relational and non-relational. So if you are talking about relational, just like the name implies, they have relationship between themselves. One guy has done the asking out here, and the other person has done the accepting. Somebody has done the asking out, and somebody has done the accepting over here. So they now have a kind of relationship between them. So there is a link between them. And this time around, from what I've already told you before, that at this particular point in time, we are talking about our structured data. I spoke to us already about this, about our structured data. What does it mean? It means they are in rows and in columns. That is our table. They are in rows and they are in columns. That's basically what it means. But then when you're saying that someone does not have relationship, guys' eyes they see shege. Guys' eyes they see shege. Especially nowadays, you want a woman in your life, and because you don't get back for hand, don't mind me. But then what it means is that there is no link, there is no direct linking bridge between them. And most times, for this guy, we call it our unstructured. I'm saying non. Why am I getting used to non? We have it to be our unstructured data. Unstructured data. Unstructured data. We have this to be our unstructured data. So when they have relationship, when they have linking bridge, that is they are in table, they're in rows and they're in columns, then that is when we say that they are relational database. So we have relational database management system and we have non-relational database management system. We have relational database management system and non-relational. I'm trying so hard so that I told you that class like this will be boring, but then I'm ensuring that I'm painting a scenario or something you can actually roll with. I don't like using grammar to explain to students, so that's why most times I just come and freestyle in class so that you guys we can use something practical and applicable to understand this, so that by the time one of you is now a data analysis tutor later in life, I'm sitting down in your class, you'll not be struggling to kind of explain because the truth is there is nothing magical about this. These are things that you can see and you can verify. These are things you can see and verify. So we have our this, and then what's our relational database management system? So we said the relational database management system, that is our RDBMS, is a system where we use to organize our data, and we can see this over here. We can see this over here. That was the system that we use to organize our data. And I told you that we have something we call star schema initially, star schema, and then I told you that we have something we call our snowflake schema. It's looking like my writing is even getting finer than in real life on this thing. No. Yeah, I will not be using this thing to write things for people like this. Okay. So we have snowflake schema and the likes, which talks about the fact that relationship between our tables, from your fact tables to your dimension tables. So now, when you're talking about your relational database system, I've already told you that relational means that they have relationship between them. Somebody has done the asking out and somebody has done the accepted. So we have the rows and the columns. I don't know which one is masculine within the row and the column, but then I know that it is the coming together of the rows and the column to form a table that gives us what we call our relational database, relational database management, relational database. So, but then the management system part of it now talks about how we actually organize it. So we need to start getting ourselves familiar to some things under SQL, because by the time I start SQL fully, you might see me unconsciously, I'm fast think about that, unconsciously mentioning some things. And you'll now be asking, where is this guy bringing this guy from? No, it is, it is unconscious. By the time I get to S, when you are in Rome, you behave like a Roman. When I'm teaching you guys Excel and Power BI, I will behave like a Power BI and Excelians. But then now we are on SQL. I have to behave like what, SQLian or what? Don't mind me. But then all of them have their different terminologies. So all of them have their own different terminologies, and we need to just understand them, so that we can have a free flow. For example, you will see me not mentioning so much of columns again, and then and rows. You see me mentioning something around entities, and then your feed and attributes. You see me mentioning something around your fields and your attributes, because in the recent, your column is actually talking about your feed. You're talking about the same subject matter. That's what it means. It is talking about the same subject matters throughout that column. Whereas your role is talking about an attribute of all these feeds. So it's called across all the feeds because it is an entity on its own, talking about the attributes. So we'll see me using some terminologies like that. And then by the time we start using some grammars, also like your create table, name of the table. By the time we are doing our select from where the given that this that order by this, you'll be able to know. Oh, now we are not in another word entirely. No, I now need to learn their language, even on the minimum. So now, what is the advantage of our RDBMS? What are the advantages of our RDBMS? Number one is that it has a centralized logical view of data. Your RDBMS bring all your data, it consolidates it into a space. It consolidates it into a space, and then it just brings everything together. And then number two is that it minimizes data duplication. That is, it reduces our redundancies. So we try as so much as possible not to repeating. In fact, not we anyway. But then the system is designed in a way that things will not be repetitive. So that things will not be repetitive. It also promotes data accuracy and integrity. You need to understand that. Your RDBMS is actually best when you're looking at your data safety. If you're looking at your data safety, in fact, most companies use SQL as a database management system. Most companies prefer to use SQL because it's best for when it comes to about your data privacy, your data safety, your efficiency. Very accurate. It's your SQL gives that to you. Then it's cost effective. It is cost effective. When you're talking about reliability, when you're talking about, so it actually gives you a lot of advantage, or a lot of quick things than what others can give you, because it helps you also to retrieve information very quickly, because there's a guy we call white card. Don't worry. There's a guy we call white card. The white card is used even when you don't know the exact thing you are looking for. That maybe you just know maybe the beginning part or the ending part. That's what, maybe just know the name of the person is ending with OR. You don't know whether it is Victor, whether it is Victory, whether it is Victor, and like you should know that the person's name is ending with OR. You can write a query on your SQL that it will retrieve every name that is ending with OR for you, so that it will narrow down your search and you will not be disturbing yourself with so many things. So it is good for quick information retrieval and quite a lot of other things. So now, what are the terminologies we'll be looking at? What are the terminologies we'll be looking at? So these are some of the terminologies you should get familiar with. These are some of the terminologies you should get familiar with. So anytime we're talking about entity, we're talking about our table. Then we're talking about our entities, we're talking about our table. And then we're talking about our relation, we're talking about our table. So we said here that similar to an Excel worksheet. So for your role, I said your role is talking about your record, your instance. It's talking about your record on your instance. So the record on the instance. So that's your role. For your column, you see us mentioning something like feed and then your attributes. Your feed and your attributes. That's your that's for your column. Then for your primary keys, I think I've explained what primary keys means to you guys before. So, but then you'll be seeing more of the things we call primary keys over here, and you'll be seeing more of the things we call foreign key. So over here, we'll be talking about our types of joins. We have joins in database. We have joins. So we have what we call our right join, left join, outer join, inner join, all those kind of join. Those are part of things we'll start discussing from next week, so that you can see how you can join two or more tables together. So I can see how you can join two or more tables. I don't know whether we later treated that on our Power BI. I don't know. I can't really recall it. All things has passed away. Now everything is become new. That's don't mind me. But then in case I'm not so sure, but then in case maybe when we have a catch-up session, I can just show you what it means. But then that's just by the side. Your join, I will be looking at it, and they'll be talking more about our primary key, and we'll also be talking about our foreign key. Because when it comes to a foreign key, say a cross-reference between tables, because it's reference the primary key of another table. We need to note this emphatically. Like we need to, if you don't understand what this is, then you can't join tables together. If you don't understand what this guy is, then you can't join tables together. Primarily, you can't. You can't primarily. So we need to understand this so that we will be able to join our tables together. So then we'll be looking at our relationship. Anytime we're talking about our relationship, we're talking about what we are creating through our foreign keys. Can you see that? This is the only way you can join two or more tables together. This is the only connecting bridge. This is the only connecting bridge. And then anyway, I will not explain that now, because I know that if I explain this in details now, by the time we start getting to our table joining, I know that I will still explain it. So that we can save more time for ourselves, and so that we can get to install on the software in class today. So please, I believe you guys are already installing the software. Please, if you already have the software downloaded on your laptop, please use a thumbs up. Let me see people we are still together. Use a thumbs up. You already have it downloaded. If you've not downloaded it, please use a thumbs down. Uche, you are using a thumbs down. Who is this? Uzo. I'm saying downloaded though. I'm not saying that you have installed it though. I'm saying downloaded. Uju, I'm saying thumbs down though. Arize. Kingsley, you too. No allow. Please. I said you should just download it. Download is very simple. I don't know the reason why you guys are having issue with downloading. I've told you, come to your classroom, except you're not on this classroom page. Come to your classroom page. I don't think we should be flowing this. I don't think, because the truth is I will not download for you. That's the truth. You are the one that will start downloading yourself. The downloading, no, you are the one that will start. I will not even entertain it at all. Because you only need to come here, click on this guy, and this guy will bring you to this place. Except maybe you are not on your PC right now. That's why you have not downloaded it. That's not an issue. So once you get on your PC, go and download it. They're going to download it. So click on here. This guy will load. I'm still waiting for this guy to load. And then the guy is here. Just click on download. You see, there's no hard life. Just click on download, and this guy should download for you automatically. There is no two ways to it. It is just one way. Can you see? In fact, it is even 4.1 MB, not even 5 MB like I was even saying. 4.1 MB. And immediately you click on download like this, the guy will automatically download. It will automatically download. Yeah, can you see that? And you save it on your laptop, and that's all. After downloading it, I have this guy already on my laptop. So that's the first one. That's the first one. And then the second one, the same thing. You are coming to this route again, and you are clicking on this again. And then please, I don't know if anybody, I might need somebody's system on this laptop, somebody to share a screen very soon on this laptop, so that I can walk you guys through the installation process in case you have not installed it. So I will need somebody that I have not installed. The installation is a long process actually. So I will click on download again, and then this guy will bring it in. In fact, I was even saying 500 something MB. If you can see, I've added my own. I've added my own share. This is just 473 MB. Just click on it, download anyway, and you will have it on your laptop. It is as simple, basic as that. And this is the maximum I can do for you for that. This is the maximum I can do for you for that. So, and then after that, you are going to just click on the first one and install it. And then, we am coming, and then we'll jump into that very soon. So, we're now looking at a database. We don't need we're not looking at what SQL itself means. We're not looking at what SQL itself means. We're not looking at what SQL itself means. So so this is SQLite anyway, but then we are not looking at what SQL itself means. And we have said that SQLite is the most widely deployed database in the world, with more applications than we can count, including several high-profile object projects. Can you see that? I told you that it is more than what we are using it for as in data analytics class. It is far more than that. It is far more than that. Many companies are hosting their database on SQL. Many companies. In fact, maybe not many companies in Nigeria anyway, because Nigeria is another peculiar place. Because in Nigeria, we don't even have a database in Nigeria, not to talk of not to even talk of having it hosted and this and the likes. We don't really have database in Nigeria, so that's one of the issues. But then most companies worldwide get to UK, get to US, get to Canada, get to Australia, most of these top countries, they are hosting their database on SQL, and that is why it is easier for them to use people we call database administrator. You can only see Nigerian requesting for database administrator. We only see them. Why? Because we don't have anything we are querying in Nigeria. That's the issue. That's the issue. So that was the reason why one of the classes that somebody asked a question about the job security opportunity for data analysts and the likes. It is because we see, like I said, we see have a lot of untapped area in that space. But then all of us just they put our head together for that limited space that we have right now. We see have a lot of untapped things. A lot. So you see that I can hear somebody.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Sorry to interrupt you, sir. It says it has basic, custom, and download media.
All right, come in. Please don't stop without permission, please. Please, it is best for you to raise your hand and then this and then in fact the question you asked now, I've answered it before. So please. And I told Kumi, I don't know the reason why Kumi maybe she's not on this call, because I told you to mute everybody. Because we can't just be having the class that everybody just jumping into class, speak at times and the like. The class will not be controlled. And that's the reason why most times I just prefer to mute everybody's mic. Please, don't let us just have this opportunity. It is the best approach is let's raise up our hands when we need to talk, and then we can actually just go ahead with that so that we'll not disturb the flows of class, please. I will still come back to that, and I've even mentioned that in class before. Use basic. I answered Austin. I figured that's not quite long in class. Use your basic. Your basic will sort to wherever you need for now. Okay, so for your SQL itself, so SQL is one big guy, but then a small boy. If you are able to learn the language, it's just like a newborn babe that needs to learn your language, or maybe you vote. Ah, okay. So SQL, you are just like a newborn babe born into a new world. For SQL, you are just like a newborn babe born into a new world. And then when that newborn babe gets into the new world, what will be the first thing? The newborn babe will have to learn the language of the new world so that the baby can navigate easily. You have to learn the language of the new world so that you can actually navigate easily. So, and then that is the reason why when we are getting on our SQL, we need to learn the language of SQL so that we can navigate on it easily. It has a language. You know, imagine you going to Portugal, Portugal, yeah. You're traveling all the way from Nigeria to Portugal, and then seeing somebody there and you start speaking your Igbo language. How do you think the person will be looking at you? How do you think the person will be looking at you? You're just getting to Portugal, just dropping at the airport. So you are now screaming. Instead of you to say, I don't reach Portugal, oh, I don't reach here, oh. I don't even know Igbo language. I would have loved to even scream it in your language. Let me just try to scream it in Yoruba. I'm going to Portugal, oh. Everybody around you will just be looking at, what is wrong with this person? Where is he from? Why? Because you are in a new environment, you are in a new terrain where you don't know their language. And because of that, there will be a kind of communication barrier. And if there's communication barrier because you don't understand their language, they don't understand your language, then the truth is one of you guys will have to bend. It is either you go back to your country or you learn their language so that you can, because you can't tell everybody in Portugal to come and learn your Hebrew because you are now there. Who are you? You can't tell them that. So it is if somebody needs to learn the language, it is you that is going to their country that will learn their language. And that's one of the things we'll be doing in our healthcare class. We want to learn a new language. We want to learn a new language. But then I'm not saying that we want to learn a new language to be saying that you will stop speaking your Igbo or stop speaking your Yoruba. No, rara, I did not say so. So, but then the language you are speaking is still your normal English. If you are good with English, you are good to go already on this. If you are good with English, if you attended which kind of school? If you attended all those memorial schools, if you attended those international schools, if you attended all those modern college, all those two grammarian schools, don't worry, you don't have any issue with this. But then if you attended grammar school, maybe not the old, grammar schools also have generations. If it is the old generation, that grammar school is always the epic, you still survive. But then if you're attending the modern day grammar school, you need to just come and dump your English a little bit before you put it. I'm just saying by passing to say that it is your normal English language. We just change some little coinage to it, and that's all. And that's to say. So your SQL is pronounced SQL or SQL or SQL. So you can hear the word SQL, you can hear the word SQL in class. So they all means the same thing as a means of introduction. So it is a standard language. It is a language for managing, manipulating, and querying database. And just like I mentioned, can you see that I said that it is a language? Can you see that it's a language? So we want to learn a new language. And the language is onto the end of we managing, manipulating, and querying database. Basically, managing, manipulating, and querying database. Basically, so this guy was actually developed in the early 1970s by the IBM, and then by IBM itself, and then in 1986, ANSI and ISO they officially adopted as a standard database language SQL. And then So basically, if you want us to answer what, explain SQL in a simple language to a layman, like to a layman. So I will say that this is the simple explanation. This is the simple explanation in a layman language. SQL is the language used to ask questions, which will return an answer. So your approach, your SQL does is question, Q and A approach, question and answers approach. That's the approach of your SQL, question and answer approach. So you are asking the database a question, and the database will give you back the answer to your question. So now the answer that you will now receive depends largely on the quality of your question. So it is garbage in, garbage out. If you are still with me, please use a thumbs up. Let me see how many people are still in class with me. Use a thumbs up if you are still with me in class. Okay, fantastic. Favor, you are in class today. Okay, okay, okay. You're always in class. Now, I know they come class recently. Okay, not true. So, okay, okay. Thanks, guys. I know it. Have I seen Chinaza in class today? Have I seen Chinaza in class today? I think I saw her. Not. I think I saw her at the point. Okay, fantastic. Okay, Mr. Hostin, the fine man on this call. I think I will tell him to. I think he's using his picture now. I think I will tell him to remove his picture. I'm already getting intimidated with his picture. It's too fine. So it's too fine. I beg, so that somebody will come and be intimidating me in class. So please, Mr. Austin, you have to remove your picture. We don't want us to remove you from our class. So so anyway, I'm marketing you, Mr. Austin. Who knows? Princess is not in class. It has been a while before I saw Princess. So where is Princess? It has been a while. Okay. So now we are saying that your SQL is actually garbage in, garbage out. It is whatever that you ask that the system will actually answer you. So it depends on the quality of your asking. So we need to learn how to ask aright. We need to learn how to ask aright. You know, just like the word ask and it shall be given, seek and it shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. You know, this time around, it is whatsoever said whatsoever that you ask, that's what you will receive. It is whatsoever that you ask, that's exactly what you receive. So if you are asking amiss, don't let me use the word you will receive amiss anyway. But then like I will always tell students, SQL is a platform that you will do a lot of errors. You make a mistake. It is inevitable. But then what makes a good person using SQL and others is if how good you are with retracing your steps. Is how good you are with retracing your steps. How good you are with retracing your steps. So that's what makes all the difference. So for SQL, we have three levels of usage for SQL. We have data engineering usage, we have data scientist usage, and we have data analyst usage. So we have it all narrowed down here that for your data analyst, you have to query table for your SQL to derive insights from it. From your data scientist, you have to use SQL to load data into their models. So for your engineers, you use SQL to ensure that everybody in their organization have access to data that they need. So by the time we are looking at this, we're talking about the different languages that we have. We have our DDL, we have DML, and then we have DCL. We have this here. We have this here. So these guys are the three level of languages we'll be looking at under our SQL. So your DDL talks about, please. I have a lot of materials on SQL, but then I don't know if I want to give it to everybody because I know that most of you guys will just have the materials and you not read it. I have a lot of, like, in fact, I think in all the data softwares I'm using, I think I have more materials on SQL. I think I have more than enough materials on SQL for anybody that wants to be extremely good on it, whether to your data engineering phase. So I will, based on special requests, I will give it to some people, not everybody actually. I will give it to some people based on special requests, but then not now. Don't ask me yet. So don't ask me yet. So don't ask me yet. But then for people that I know will read it, those are the people that I want to give it to. I'm not. It's not public. But then, all these guys, all these DDL, I will explain them to you in class. But then all of them are there. All of them are there. You have your DDL, your data definition language, your DML, you have your data manipulation language, you have your DCL, your data control language, and that's the reason why I can talk for hours on SQL without even opening a book like I'm doing right now. I said just your slide. So that's because of the fact that it's something that if you're intelligent about it, the truth is you will know. So for data analysts, for we ought to just stay at querying, but then I don't want you to be lazy. So we are going to be doing these two in class. I don't want you to be lazy. So we're going to be doing these two in class. That is one of the reasons why your class, anyway, this guy is not so much hard, unlike this guy. This guy is not so much hard. We have a class on this guy by next Saturday. Next Saturday. Jesus. I need to plan my next Saturday very, very well. Anyway, don't let me go into that again now, because I have to be in your class actually. For my SQL class, I don't trust any other person except myself for your SQL class. So we are at this stage. I don't trust any other person because of our pace. I said to myself, I have to we lost someone, and then that Saturday is the prayer, and then also my own company is also partnering with another program in Ibadan State. So I have to be in Ibadan and still be in Osun State that Saturday. So I will see how much I do we fly, so that in case the 4 is tricky for us, we can schedule for maybe a later time, maybe 5 or 6 once I'm settled down. So we can have the class by that time. So please let just have that back of our mind that our class on Saturday, it will hold, and I'll still be the one that will do the class. But then we might have a little tweak on it, or maybe later on I can look at everybody's availability for Friday evening. Yeah, that's possible. I can get to wherever I'm going on Friday, lodge in an hotel on Friday, and then maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock on Friday, I can have a class with you guys on Friday. So that in case we'll not be meeting on Saturday, that can cover up for the Saturday. So please, we can also explore that. Yeah. So thank you so much. Yeah, it's actually my wife to be's grandma. Wedding is 21 days, and he had don't go. But then it's fine. It is fine. So Friday will be okay. Okay, fantastic. So I will look at my Friday, maybe around 7 or 8 on Friday, so that we can have the sections together on Friday. Yeah. So I'll be teaching you guys what it means to create table on what your simple data scientists are doing on it, so that by the time you guys are getting better and you want to scale from being a data analyst to data scientist, it will be a very smooth transition for you guys. And later on, you can now be talking about if you want to be a data engineer. So for data engineering, these are the Oga Patapata in the data space. They are the Oga Patapata in the data space. So these guys, they do more of the control. So they do what we call DCL parts. So this is what we call our data control language. So this is where you see what we call your grants. So what does a grant mean? I'm not talking about a grant for money, no. It's a grant access, like granting somebody has access to it, the organization. So they want to control people that have access to your database, and then they have what you call revoke. So if they want to cancel somebody's access also, they can also do that. So this is what they do basically on your DCL. For your DML, this is where you do your manipulations. This is where you do your manipulation. It is called data manipulation language. You'll still be looking at them later on. And your DDL, this is your data definition language, basically used by your data scientist. This one is basically used by your data analyst. This is where you do your create table, you do your set tone for whatever you want to be doing before data analyst actually jumps on it. So let's move fast. Okay, in fact, fantastic. In fact, this is it over here. So this is it over here. I don't even know the next slide. So we have our data definition language, data manipulation language, and the data control language. So we have our create table, upper table, and drop table. We are going to be using all these functions in class, like all these functions from year to year. These are the first functions I will introduce you guys to in class: create table, upper table, drop table. Then we'll now be looking at how to select, insert, update, and then delete. We are not going to look at this. This is our part of things. We are not going to be looking at this in our class. So then this is how your basic language query looks like. And then I think I can stop this slide presentation over here so that I can focus on you guys having your SQL on your laptop right now. And our next class we can pick it up from our SQL page, so that all the practical knowledge, all the theoretical knowledge we have been gathering, we can go and demonstrate them in our class, in our Power BI, and then see how best things can work. So I don't want discard them, and then so now can somebody help me to share their screen? If no, so let's do it this way. If you are on your laptop and you've not installed your SQL yet, and you want to volunteer to share your screen, please raise up your hand. I can quickly pick. I think I can do first come first serve. I think this system should pick the first person that is raising up their hand. So please raise up your hand, please, so that I can share your screen and we can use your screen to teach me. Okay, yeah, fantastic. David, please go ahead and share your screen, please. David, please go ahead and share your screen, please. You have to, you are the one that is leading the class now, so you have to be very, very fast with things. I need you to be very, very fast. So David, please. David, you are very fast. Share your screen. I'm waiting on David. Are we sure David is still with us? I'm not okay, you're not able to share. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, a minute. Let me look at the control. Okay. So now I think I can unmute, I can allow you guys to unmute your mic, but then please let it be cultured. Let it be cultured. Like make sure you raise up your hand before you talk, please. So somebody's mic is even readily on. Please, who is that person? Please off your mic. Help us off your mic. Help us off your mic. Thank you. That person should help us off his or her mic. Thank you. Please, only talk when you are asked to talk. Please, I'm begging you to make life easy for every one of us.
So please, David, I'm expecting you to go to the software that you have already installed. Please go there. Let's see.
So is it this one should actually install or this?
Oh, install the second one first. I mean, yeah, no, yeah, this one. Install that one first. So right click on it right now. Right click on it. So please, everybody in class, please make sure you watch the process, please. That I think it is a long process. Actually, it's a long process, and I will try to see if you can finish it in class. So I'm waiting for you. Please, you have to be very fast, David.
Okay.
Please, you have to be very, very fast. Hands on, please. Right click on it and run as administrator.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
You can't see that nothing is moving on your screen right now.
Oh, okay. I think is in. I'm trying to. Okay. Let me do that now.
Please, you have to share your entire screen, please. If you want to work with us, please.
I see this now. Can you see it now?
You can't see. We can only see your folder. We can only see the software. You can't see any action going on there.
Can you see it now?
Okay,
my mouse
yeah, we can see it now.
So when I
So please, as administrator, please.
Okay. Yeah. So it's loading now.
Now today I just know say you got self get grade. I bought you got. They said no sweetener, sugar free. You can't beat that like at the job aloe vera. No allow. My head will judge them. Okay, I think you're already running this. Another instance of this application is already running. So I think it's running on your PC. Starter culture. Mr. Niola, no allow. I will not talk. Okay, so this guy is already installing. This guy actually takes time. Okay, I've forgotten. Now I made the mistake. Yeah, so click on your basic. Yeah,
Okay, basic.
just double click on it. Double click on it. It should. So accept, just accept. Yeah. So this guy will download. Hope you have the. Hope you are not like some people on this call that is using 10 MB to join this call.
No,
Hope you
no.
have. Hope you have enough data. Because this
Yes,
guy they
sir.
chop data.
Yeah.
This guy they chop data.
Okay.
No, no, talk. I don't tell you. He was not informed. Now he's informed. That's why we are informing him. Favor, hey, it's okay. Favor, hope you have the SQL already. Favor. Hmm. It was Power BI that you asked sleepless night. Abby, don't worry. SQL is coming. SQL is coming. SQL is coming. Don't mind me. I was looking at people's status as she was uploading her dashboard on her status. I just laugh and say, "Hey, see you." But then it is fine. So this guy is downloading. I think this is just about 1,000 plus MB. So anyway, I think yeah, it is a lot of class anyway. But then I think we can keep gisting around some things that's maybe around this while this guy is downloading. We can't rush it. Now, I thought I was supposed to download the second one first. I told you guys that before MB own first should be installed first. Anyway, you can also install the other one too. But then, to reduce your level of headaches, this guy it is best to just install this guy first. Because if you install the other guy first, and you open it, it will still be telling you that there is no Express on your laptop. So, but then if you are done installing this, even if you don't have the second one, this guy will take you to the link where you can download the second one. So this guy will take you to the link where you can download the second one. So I don't know. Judith is raising up her hand. Do you want to say something, Judith? Because and then Austin. Is it that you want to add something? Austin, is it that you want to add something?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, please. Okay, the question I have is besides contracts job on hiring data analysts, companies who have data analysts permanently on their role, like what do the data analysts do?
Your
Your
line is breaking. Your line is breaking. Your line is breaking.
So can you hear me now, sir?
That. I think so. So please, before you go ahead, please, what is happening here, David? Is it that you don't have data again? I told you it's not for people with 10 MB.
I have data.
Unable to read data from transport. Please retry it. Let's see you. Please, so I will not waste time on this thing. We need to be very fast. I have another engagement for 6. Okay, so please, Austin, please go ahead again. Please. Austin.
Sorry, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I think I can hear you.
Okay, so my question is, okay, I understand the part where data analysts are hired on contract basis. So what I'm saying, for some companies that have data analysts permanently on their work role, like what do those data analysts do day in, day out? Like what are they analyzing by the day?
What are they analyzing by the day? They have a lot of work. A lot of work, like a lot of things to analyze actually. So so now I'll start with this, that it depends on the company, and then every company has what they are doing. So it depends largely on the company. So for example now, let me use an example of maybe a company like PwC Nigeria. They are accounting firm, one of the big guys in the country right now. You know, one of the things that I've learned from PwC is the fact that before they start writing out their proposals to submit to complaints, like for to sell their self as a solution provider for the company's problem. They gather data that surrounds what the company will be naming, whether internationally, whether global, or whether local. And they use some platforms, whether paid or free platforms, like MI Fletch, where you can have access to some data analytics, and they pick those data, analyze data, and add the charts to their proposals so that they can speak in figures and in facts to those people's face. Speak in figures and in facts to those people's face. So now it depends on the company largely, actually. So it depends on what the company. So some companies that are in the finance space, maybe some companies just need data analysts maybe for just once in a while. Maybe that once in a while will be maybe rigorous work. And once they are done analyzing the data, they have to wait again, and then until they have another data to analyze and the likes. But then most times, some of them are consultants. Most times, and then by consultants, it means that they have multiple companies they are working with. So they analyze data for this company, to another company, to another company, to another company. So some have internal data analysts that actually work with them, and then some also resort to bringing data analysts on contract base. But then most of us, for example, at Center Analytics, we don't always have data to analyze. But then definitely we have some client base where we are working with, whether on partnership or whether on anything. If, for example, if company A is bringing their data sets today, you're on that for the next maybe a month, a week, 2 weeks at times. On some data sets, depending on the complexity, you can be on it for a month at times, depending on the complexity, a month at times. By the time you are finishing with that, you're already looking at maybe how to get another one will come in. That is for consultancies. But then for companies that have data analysts, there are always things to also analyze. If you are in sales, every day you want to keep the record of your sales. You want to keep a record of your sales. But by your week, maybe every week, you are giving a report to the company. You want to be able to give them the figures and the facts, maybe every week, so that they can see the performance for that week. Some companies are so much about that. They want to be seeing their performance every week. They want to be seeing what. So it depends on the company's demand, basically. It depends largely on the company's demand. But then, yeah, data analysts are working full time. Although another thing to say is that hardly will you see, and that's one of the reasons why you have to be kind of motivated now, like have a kind of diverse role, because on the long run, you see that some companies, they'll be asking for the data analyst, and then on the long run, they will want you to have a little bit of what data scientists are doing, like how to set up SQL, how to set up database for them, how to set up funnels, data connections funnel for them. And that's one of the reasons why I taught you guys how to how to web script data sets from online and some other things. And then also on your SQL, we'll also be looking at how to create tables and how to kind of set up a database yourself on all those things, just so that it will give you an edge beyond what basic data analysts actually do, because the world is now evolving more than the basic. They want somebody that can give them more, because in recruitment, even generally, we always recommend a kind of T employment system, T staff. So your T staff means that the person has a deep knowledge in one area, but then has superficial knowledge in other spaces, so that the company can actually benefit from other knowledge that the person has to offer. Although you have an area that you're specializing in, but then you should also be able to render a open hand in other spaces. In fact, at the time, there was a trend there's some people are even in fact at that time some people are just entering my DM that apply for this. And what was the trend? You see some companies abroad looking for data analysts that has project management experience. They're looking for data analysts that has project management experience. Things like that. There are things that you don't really come around. Like I am saying it that we are very few in the market. people like us. We are very few that you are very good with data analysis and you're also good with project management. We are very few in the market space. So at times some people just want to have somebody in that has those kind of knowledge. So it means that like that is how do I want to interpret it? Because I put something like that on my LinkedIn not quite long. I want to see how to put it in English. So that the little effort of a man is not enough. That we just need to keep updating ourselves, keep upgrading ourselves, and then knowledge is something continuous, and that will always help us in the journey as we move ahead. I don't know if that's speaking to your question, Mr. Austin. Yeah. And Chinaza, I just see your message now. I am back. Oh, don't mind me. I actually ought to be in your class yesterday. I actually ought to be in your class yesterday. It is basically because I could not, I did, my day was not well planned. That's the basic word. Because I have a lot of things clouding my head. You guys know now. You guys, anyway, maybe some people will not be able to relate. Maybe single people in the house will not be able to relate. But then I know that the married people in the house will be able to relate that when you are planning for marriage, and then when you're in that month of that marriage, a lot of things will be running in your head. Especially if you're a guy, especially if you're a man, when you know, say vendors they run after you. Vendors they run after you on our side. Where is David? David don't run commode. So when vendors are running after you on all sides, you know that you have a lot of thinking to do at the like. So that's actually what happened to me yesterday, basically. So I was not my PA did not remind me of the class ahead of schedule. So that was actually what happened yesterday, and I was already in another place before she put the call through. So please, where is David? I'm not sure David is still on this call. Please, who is also doing it on our laptop? Judith, your Chinaza, you want to stay up? Oh. Okay, Favor, you want to say something?
Yes, I want to show you. I've downloaded it, but I can't find it on my system.
You can't find it on your system. Something is wrong. We need to do the reverse for your system. You see, there is a big beast on your laptop that is eating everything that's entering it. Don't mind me. So, but then it depends on where. Normally, laptop will save under download. Normally, your laptop will save anything you're downloading under your download. Normally, but then if not, if you have dropped it on, please, if you use Google Chrome, you just press your Control J. You see download, and then you see something like a folder, something like this. Okay, I'm not sharing my screen. Let me share my screen. Please, where is David? Please, if any other person is following through and is doing what David is doing, please, you can let me know so that you can continue sharing your screen. Okay, yeah, Uzo. Okay, so I'm coming. You can share your screen, Uzo. Just a minute, please. So I'm pressing Control J right now. Why is this guy not? So let me come here and press Control J. Control J is not Control J, no. Well, then if the Control J is not Control J, I can come here. I can come to my download. Where's my download? This is Control J. Yeah, that's it now. Control J should work now. So under this, you see if you're using Chrome, you see your download like this. Even if you're using other browsers, you will see something like this, like folder on it. You see something like folder. Just click on it, show you folder. So it will take you to whatever folder it is that you have downloaded it. And this is what I just clicked now. So with that, you can see where the stuff is on your laptop. So I hope that will help. So please, Uzo, please you can go ahead and share your screen, please. As David don't leave us alone to our headache. So please, Uzo, please share your screen, please. Hope Uzo is here with us. So now we don't the palm Uzo. Now you see Uzo should not disappoint us.
I'm sharing, sir. Are you seeing my
screen? So yeah, we can see your screen. So go to your. Let's see where your download is right now. It should be the next one, not that one.
Are you seeing this one?
So you're fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. So where David stopped, this is exactly it. So once that guy is done downloading, this way it will. That I don't finish from David. You know, I don't tell and say, no between being the use. Please don't let him hear us. So okay, so now you can see that on here now you have something like connect now, customize, install, SMS, and then close. So it means that this guy is actually ready to run. So you can click on install SSMS. So this guy will take us to a web page, which we will not be using. Yeah, this guy will take us here. So we will not be using this. So now go under your folder, what the other guy we downloaded. So let's go there. The other one you downloaded. The other one you downloaded. The second
This
one.
one.
The second one you downloaded. Two softwares. The second one. Where's the second one?
Okay.
I'm saying this thing is not sweet, and I'm see my life, and I'm washing it and I'm drinking it, and it's not sweet, and it's not coming back. It's not allowed. So yeah, that first
The
one.
second one. Yes.
Yeah. So right click on it. Right click on it and install it. Yeah, you can double click on it anyone. Yeah, so run. Click on your run. Click on your run. This thing should run no, because we need to run. Okay, so install. Click on your install. Just click on your install. Okay, this guy is also installing, so it is also like installation anyway. So please, as we are installing that, any other question, any other person, any other question? Let me see. Let me see. Question, things I need to attend to. Since everybody is fine now. I'm to run as admin or what? Yeah, you can run as admin now, please. You can run as admin. In case you missed out on any step, please. You can also go back and watch these videos. My question is in the message box, sir. This one also is asking message again. Ask the question again. Where is the question of Habek? Message box. Is it message box under question or message box under message?
Okay, sorry, I was just basically asking. Sorry, I'm speaking. Do I go on?
Can I close? You said it has installed. Can I close?
Yeah, you can close this now. Yeah. Okay, so Austin, please, you can go ahead, please.
Okay, so I was basically asking, what can you advise on maybe negotiations, maybe on contract basis or job application? You know, Nigerian markets are fond of asking, how much do you think we can pay you, or how much are you expecting for a salary or something? Maybe for someone who wants to improve further to be market ready, kind of.
Okay. So you are asking some questions around around job prep anyway. Yeah, so which is actually not a bad thing. I'm coming. So you can click on connect now, but then I believe you should be connected by now. Can you hear me, Uzo? You can click on connect now, but then I believe you should be connected already. So yeah, just click on connect now. Just click on it. What's it showing? One role affected. Okay, so it has connected right now. It has connected. Yeah. So that's your terminal.
Okay, so yeah, just close it. Close that one. Close that one, and just come back to your home screen. So to answer we are done with the installation actually. We are done with the installation. So let me just answer Austin's question before we look at the installation proper. So to answer Austin's question, you can close this one too. For job readiness,
I should stop sharing.
I didn't get that. You said what? You should do what?
Should I stop sharing?
Don't stop
Should
sharing.
I stop
Yes.
sharing
Don't
my
stop.
screen?
Don't stop sharing. No, we've not tested what you did though. Don't stop sharing. No, we've not tested what you did now. So keep sharing your screen. We want to open the software you installed. So the truth about job readiness is that it basically depends on you. It is another class entirely. It's another section entirely. And then because of time, I will not promise you guys that I'll take you through that kind of class, because the class that revolves around your CV writing as a data analyst, and then how to get prepared for job and interviews. But then definitely most of the things they will be asking you for interviews and everything are basic things that we've also covered in class. And maybe your ETL process, and then now it will now be coming down to your experience level, your experience you have, because people want to be able to see what you can offer them before they will be able to put a value to how much they can pay you around things. So immediately you are done with your class, I will advise you guys to focus first on internship. That's the sincere truth. Immediately you are done with your class, I will strongly advise to focus internship. Your class is just total. Your class is 3 months in total. If after the 3 months of your class, you can dedicate another 3 months to 6 months for internship out of your learning curve, so that during that your internship period, during your internship period, you can gather more experience as regard what data analysts do on their day-to-day activities, and then also you can have projects you can also put out on your CV, or that you can actually tell them that you've addressed. And then, funny enough, internship might not necessarily be working with company nowadays. It's just the fact that if you want to put it on your CV, you will need to work with a company, whether so that you'll be able to get a reference letter or anything from that company. But then your internship can be as simple as you going on YouTube, look for complex data sets and the likes, and you keep working on it until you are really sure about these things you are doing. Like internship can be as simple or as basic as that. That's the truth. So, but then because you want to build I always tell people that before you start looking at what the market has to offer you as a value, like a monetary pay, I always say that you should always increase your market price first, like increase your value first, increase your worth first, increase it drastically, And I've told you before, I've been on an interview session before, and then during the interview, the way I answered the question, the man was looking like that sounds kind of pompous and likes. But then it is because what you know, no man can steal it away from you. That's the truth. No man can steal it away from you. And then once they see a level of confidence with you, then now you cannot be talking about this is my ask. I can't go below this. But then for data analysts, in the real world now, there's no kind of minimal salary you can get. But then on an average, if they're asking that kind of question, please, Uju, you might want to mute yourself. I'm getting a form of feedback from your side, please. So, but then on an average, a data analyst should not be getting an offer less than 200 to 3, to, let's say 200 to 250,000 naira, to be very conservative, like to be very conservative as a starting salary. To be very conservative. One of my associates, when she finished her training, I think her starting salary was around that 250,000 naira. When she finished her training, her starting salary was around that 250,000 naira. Not with us anyway. So it's with another company like that. So now it depends on the strength of the company. But then this company took quite a number of them and decided every one of them with around, I think maybe around 200 or 250,000 naira as basic salary. A company here in Lagos. So and then the company also offered them a form of training also. So and then that's why I said on a basic level, a starting salary should be nothing less than 200 to 50,000 naira, whether you are working remotely or fully on site. So it should be. So now let's now say that maybe you are just coming, starter and the likes, and a lot of things back and forth and the likes, but on the minimum extreme case, whether even if it is fully online, fully remote, on the extreme case, maybe say 150, but then like I said, it's on the extreme. Maybe you are unable to convince them so much. Maybe you have not really mastered a lot of things, and they're saying, "Ah, no, we are taking you as just a graduate trainee or to starter and like we are not sure of this." That is when you can be looking at that fix. But then, like I said, increase your self-worth first. And somebody's asking us how do one increase one's worth. So the only way you can increase your worth, there's no two ways to it, is to keep learning. Increase what you can offer a company. If a company is asking you today, apart from data analysis, you want to join our company, apart from data analysis, what other thing can you offer us? What other thing can you offer us? Why should we employ you? Why should we get you on our team? You want to be able to show them the fact. I was on an interview with one company not quite long. At times the truth is I know they find job, but then at times I just like sending my CV out just to see how my CV is behaving in the market. In fact, one of them even sent me an offer. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I was just looking like them. They let me mention the figure. It was actually okay. Let me mention it. I think the offer was 500K actually, but then and they were asking that it would be a kind of hybrid, 3 days on site, 2 days. I said, wait, no, this kind of money here that I find now. I don't pass all this kind of money now. And I have to decline it anyway. But then that's to show that I still send my CV outside that time just to have chit chats with their CEOs, with companies and the likes. And then I attended one of the interviews, and then the man was saying like, wow, I said I like you. I said you are somebody that is very very smart, and that's because the only reason why they can actually give you that kind of kudos, when a rich man, when a big man, a CEO of a big company is giving that kind of accolade, it means that during the conversation, you are able to manage the conversation even beyond your technical knowledge, even beyond your technical know-how. You are able to show them the fact that apart from my technical knowledge or in this video you are requesting for, these are the things, these are the things I am currently doing for myself. I have a direction of where I'm going for myself. This is where I projected to be in the next few days. I want to build myself as an authority in this space, and this is what I'm doing right now to get to that space. And then with that, they know that this person has where he's going. This person knows where he's going. Like with that, they'll be able to know, wait, no, this person can actually whether move with us or this person cannot move with us. So it's basically increasing your knowledge base, increasing your what you have to offer, and quite some other things. So please, I don't know if I answered your question, Austin. So please, David, please go back to your homepage. Thank you. Go back to your homepage. Let's quickly open what you just installed. Please let's quickly open it. I'm already trying to run out of your class. David, Uzo, please go back to your homepage. Let's see what you installed, please. Let's go. Go and open what you installed. Go to your homepage. Go to your homepage. Minimize this. So yeah, what you just installed is not here. Come to your search box. Come and search or click on your app. Yeah. Type SSMS. So that's it. SQL Server Management Studio. So open that guy. Open this guy. Yeah. So welcome to SQL class, and then welcome to SQL interface. So this is your SQL. Once you are done installing your SQL, this is how the guy will open when you're trying to open it. So I'm still waiting for this guy. Where's the guy? The guy don't run away. Okay, yeah, the guy has opened. No, go back. The guy has opened. Yeah, so wait. So this is another guy, another thing. So this guy has already registered very well. I think we are good to go. So the only thing you need to do is that trust server certificate. Tick the box, because you have to. So please, everybody, just follow the procedure. Like, you can see that we are not running into any error now because we are following procedure. So click on connect. This guy should run perfectly for us. This guy should run perfectly for us without any headache. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. So we are now into our SQL. This is our Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. So you can click on new query. You see new query up there. New query up on your menu bar. Come to your right a little bit. No, come to your right a little bit. Where you are, come to your right. No. Come a little bit. Come a little bit. That same line. No, that same line that you had before. Yeah. Just come a little bit. You see the new query very soon. Also, come down under your help. Yeah, new query. So fantastic. So this is your new query. And then please, if you are lost, Kingsley, please, I will advise you strongly to go back to this video to watch the video. I think we have. I'm very. In fact, this is one of the most. In fact, I would love to even cut out this video for subsequent students. Please, please just stay on it. I think this is one of the most explicit installation system I've given so far. So within shorter time frame, because at times we always have a full class for installation. But then now within 30 minutes, 40 minutes, we have been able to install this. It is very simple. Install your Express first, install the second one, and click on your connect now, so that your Express can be connected to this guy, and that's all. So please, if you want to just watch the video again, because you said you are lost, I don't know where to pick you from now. I don't know whether you are lost in Anambra State or in Lagos State or in Abuja. So I don't. So, but then you just need to. We just need to know where you are currently before we come and we send our rescue agents to pick you up. So this is your SQL interface, and this is where we'll be doing everything as regard SQL. This is where we're doing everything as regard SQL. So from our next week class, we'll be coming fully to this interface to work on this interface. And then please, I am pleading. I've begged you guys before now. Please, I've begged you guys before now. I will beg you again. Please, when you are coming to SQL class, I will advise you strongly, come to the class with your laptop. You don't need to come to the class to come and share your screen. You can join the class on your phone, but then make sure that whatever we are doing in that class, make sure that you are doing it yourself also, and make sure that you get it right and get it once. And I've already told you before, please. Now we are getting fully into SQL practical. I'm not doing any assignments yet, because maybe some of your assignments you are battling with it. I'm not doing any assignments yet. But then from next week, new assignments will start coming in on SQL. From next week. So you have the whole of this week again till maybe Friday that we have our next class to finish up all your assignments. Because once you start the practical of SQL, please don't touch your Power BI assignment again. Don't touch any other assignment again. Focus. I'm telling you, please. Focus on SQL. It is easy to get lost in SQL. It is and once you miss a step in SQL, you have to go and watch the video to understand it. Because the truth is, once you miss a step there, it is for you to be able to get it, you have to go back to that step, which we don't really have that luxury of time for. So please, I'm begging you guys, I'm pleading with you guys. Your SQL, focus majorly on SQL during your SQL class. Please, Mr. Kisley, your mic is unmuted though. Please, you might want to help us to mute your mic, please, so that your voice will not be doing like that for us. Thank you. So that's please, Uju, you have a question, please. Can go ahead to ask your question, please. Can go ahead to ask a question. I saw a notification on that. Please, can go ahead to ask a question.
My question is, installation has successfully completed successfully. Please, what next?
once the installation is successful, that's what we just do now. Once you have installed it,
Sir?
have you installed the two software? Have you installed the two softwares?
Yes, I've installed it, and now I connect now. Customize, install SMS, close. So what next am I going to do?
Click on connect now.
Connect now. Okay, sir.
So once you click on connect now, it will connect the two systems together, and then you can go and open your SSMS and click on your trust and it will open.
Okay, I've clicked on connect now. It's showing me run below command from command prompt.
Yeah. So it take you to your terminal. We call it that guy terminal, your CMD. So it's one of the guys we use to run our queries on your laptop. So once that, so it will show you something like that. Exactly. Please show them that exactly what you have on the screen right now. That's exactly what it will show you. So and once that's in you, just go and open your software and it will open. So thank you so much, guys, for today. It's really a wonderful time. So thank you, guys. And we will meet on most likely Friday. Most likely.